Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of the show. We've got Inside the Cover once again alongside my cohort, colleague, whatever.
Yes, co-working as a co-host.
Yes, whatever.
On the best comic book talk show on the net, specializing in silver and broad-gauge comics, comic book users. I am Wild Bill, your unknown comic. I'd like to keep it that way. Thanks. I'm unknown because I don't do stand-up.
Anymore, right?
No.
You haven't done a live gig in a long time.
No. Last time I did one, I bombed. Because there were children in the audience.
They don't know.
I don't perform for children. That threw me off, dude.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, it's weird because when I met the owner of the place, there were no children. But then when I showed up, there were kids, and it was like,
He had all these
kids running around.
F-word explosions ready to happen.
Well, not really. My jokes revolve around sex. Even though I don't do a lot of stand-up, I do have some jokes that revolve around sex and stuff. So I didn't want to do that in front of people that... I don't respect that for parents. I don't have kids myself.
There were all these families in front, and there's like,
I wasn't doing it. I was just
Bill,
melting.
you may want to like...
I had to get out of there. And then everyone looked at me like I was some kind of lame-o. But I didn't want to tell them, hey, you know what? I did it for you guys. It bombed for you.
That's right.
I fell on the sword that day.
Sometimes you got to take one for the gibber, right? Yes.
They didn't even know it, but so
anyway,
yeah, that's the end of my comedy dreams right there. They fizzled out. Poof, poof. All I have is comic book users list, and nobody wants to hear my jokes, but that's okay. Here's a joke for you, Brother Voodoo. Going inside the cover, Strange Tales, issue number 170.
Yes, indeed.
This is from October. I think this is 1972, or is it 73? Ooh.
73.
73. We got I got a ripped cover. I got to be careful.
See that, yep.
I got this from Eric, who was he was at the flea market, which doesn't exist anymore. He was a vendor for like the first 6 months I met him, and then he closed down his little shop. It was closed down his booth.
We bought a lot of stuff from him.
Yeah, he did. He kept calling me up. I'll buy some comics. Like, dude, I'm not there. I'm not buying comics. Stop calling me. Yeah, I love comics, but take it easy. No. He hooked him up with great deals.
Yeah.
He was responsible. Then I called this guy. I said, hey, I was buying comics. This guy over here. Him.
Me, yes. We went every weekend pretty much.
Yeah. And I didn't have a good job back then, and I was buying books instead of paying rent. Fuck, it's bad. So anyway, Eric had told me about this character, Brother Voodoo. I was like, never heard of him. He's like, oh yeah, he's cool. I like the cover. I like the artwork. It's a Gil Kane cover.
Gil Kane cover. Gene Colan.
You got Gene Colan on the inside. It's Len Wein.
And this is the second issue with Brother Voodoo, right?
Yes, the first one is 169, which is like a key. It's like untouchable, ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, I got that.
Not worth it for me. Especially when he first appears in Tales of the Zombie. Right? Not in the comics. Glennis Wine is, I guess she's the colors. Roy Thomas is the editor. So inside you got Brother Voodoo, who really is a student, a voodoo student. His name is Papa Jumbo. No, sorry. His name is Jericho Drum, but he's studying from Papa Jumbo. Papa Jumbo is this old man down here. I guess he's like your voodoo Jedi master.
Yeah, I guess.
So he's teaching
medicine man.
Jericho Drum all about voodoo. But Jericho also had a brother, right? His brother's name was Daniel. And Daniel was killed by the villain in this comic book, Damballa. Now, Damballa was the serpent god. And Damballa's voodoo was stronger than Daniel's voodoo. And so what happened was he's put on his deathbed after combating Damballa. So Daniel is on his deathbed. And Jericho Drum comes back to be with his brother. His brother dies, and he swears vengeance on Damballa. So Papa Jumbo is telling Jeremiah that, you're the chosen one, but now you've learned all you can learn, but now you are ready to become the Brother Voodoo. So he gives him his brother's bones up here. So Jericho has to perform this. So funny.
Jericho, Jeremiah. You're using every name that starts with a J.
It's Jericho.
I know you said Jeremiah before, and I was thinking, I'm like, who's Jeremiah?
I said Jeremiah. Well, you know what I meant. Right?
I was like, am I missing a character here? Like, all right,
So he's doing this voodoo dance, and it's almost like an exorcism dance, and it revitalizes it. What's that? Seance.
Yeah.
And it activates his brother's spirit, and they join together as one. And then Papa Jumbo realizes it, and he's like, now you are truly the Brother Voodoo. My mission is complete. And he dies.
Just like that. How perfect was Gene Colan to do this book, huh? I mean,
he dies off. Yeah, this is great artwork. Yeah. Even Val, the cover with Gil Kane.
Oh, Gil Kane, yeah.
Val.
Val Kane, Val Merrick.
Val Kilmer. Yeah, Val Kilmer did a great cover. So, Papa Jumbo dies, and Brother Voodoo is now... Oh, I forgot to show you. When he kind of passes out after the spirit possesses his body, look, he's got white hair, and he's got the Brother Voodoo sign in the center of his head there.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the insignia. He's got the white hair now. His hair wasn't white over in this panel, right? So he got the white stripe down the center. Skunk hair.
Yeah.
So he's out on the warpath now, looking for Damballa. And here's Damballa calling up like the local thugs for a meeting. The local sinister hood Godfather figures. Yeah. Letting them know that he's in charge. And one of them, I guess, is this leader here, this leader of Chinatown guy. He's like, I'm not putting up with this crap. I'm out of here. And then Damballa whips up this spell, and like this dragon shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And kills that leader, that gang leader. And he's like, see? He's like, see, he didn't even move, and he's dead.
Burnt to a crisp.
Well, why don't you guys just do as I say? Why don't you fall in line? And he goes, and all I had to do was make him believe. See, he believes in my power, and he's dead now. So why don't you fall in line? And as he's ranting and raving to these guys, all of a sudden these drums start beating, right? And he's like, what? Who interrupted me with these drums? Where are these drums coming from? And then all of a sudden, Brother Voodoo shows up. He's like, they're my drums, motherfucker. You've heard drums before, right? Yeah. And he's like, you're just a primitive little doctor. Yeah, you came here for your brother's revenge. Yeah, I know you. You think you're a big shot, but you're not. You're nothing compared to my power. Biff, bam, boom. They start going at it, right? He says to the drug lord guys, hey, my minions, take out Brother Voodoo. Now all of a sudden, they're obeying commands because they don't want to drop dead like the other dude at the table.
And how stereotypical of the 70s, right? You got every head of all these drug groups. One's Middle Eastern, one's Asian, one's Puerto Rican, one's black. It's just crazy how they do it.
So they're throwing rocks, everything, and he's like getting out of it, right? Brother Voodoo kicking ass. But Damballa has this red pendant around his neck, which allows him to be the serpent god. It's kind of like his Aquaman powers over the snakes, right? Mm-hmm. So he calls the snakes in. And then they start to come after Brother Voodoo. And Brother Voodoo knows about the red amulet, right? He's thinking that, I got to get it from him. So what happens is in the next panel, the Daniel, the dead spirit of the Brother Voodoo character, the dead brother spirit, starts to come up out of get involved, He starts to astro project into this mob boss dude over here, who's kind of like a hitman figure.
Yeah.
And he uses the hitman figure as he's possessed by Daniel, Brother Voodoo, the good twin, I should say, not the evil twin. So he comes sneaking up on Damballa because he's like a henchman. Damballa's not going to recognize him getting close, as opposed to Brother Voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have one of your own men near you, you're not on guard, and that's what happens. What happens is he gets the amulet from him, and wouldn't you know it? As soon as he gets the amulet away from him, the snakes turn on Damballa, and they start to attack Damballa, and he's like, "No, not me! Don't attack me!" How many times have you heard this story before, right? And then Brother Voodoo's like, "Aha, serves you right." Then, if you want to buy some Battleship figures over here, you can. But that's the end.
Nice.
He dies. Spoiler alert. He dies. Dan Ballas dies. That's why you never see him again.
That's right.
Dan Balla dies, damn it. Boom. He's out of the picture.
Friend of Marvel. That's it.
Here you go. Strange Tales. You can't get any more strange than this. Perfectly titled Strange Tales.
Yeah.
The first one I bought into my collection.
First Strange Tales?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
First one. I will never get 169.
Well,
Book's over $100.
is it really?
Yeah.
I've had it for ages. It was when it was really cheap. Yeah. Well, there's been rumors that Marvel might be bringing him to the movies, you know, at some point, like maybe in a future Doctor Strange or something like that. It's interesting because his character is kind of like the voodoo version of Doctor Strange, right? He's like the voodoo master.
5 issues of Strange Tales. He first appeared in Tales of the Zombie.
Yep.
You should do it inside the cover of that big volume you have someday.
Did we not do that? Okay, I could do that.
You didn't do the whole thing.
No.
I have one. Actually, I have 3. We did one of mine. I have an annual and I have 2 issues.
I did one.
One I will not do because the spine is detached on the bottom. It's got great artwork. It's the second issue, actually. I was looking at it last night, but I will not show it off because I don't want to open it because the cover's really in bad shape and I don't want to ruin it. Could just show off the cover, which I have done before, but it's too brittle.
Yeah, Tales of the Zombie is really good.
It is. There you go, guys. As always, we thank you for being here. We thank you for your comments. We thank you for your subscriptions and your support. As always, click the like button. That'd help us out a lot. If you like the wood merchandise, like a wood coffee mug or a wood t-shirt, you click on that. You can purchase that. That'll help support Comic Book Geezers. We thank you for being here. As always, click the notification bell so you can be kept in the loop. And we thank you so much for being here and watching. We know you like comics as much as we do. Come on back and we'll do some more comic book stuff.
That's right. See you in a few days with more mayhem here on Comic Book Geezers. Until then, for Wild Bill, I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one, everybody.
We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.